I hope everyone out in America is enjoying their 4th of July holiday. Me and the boys here, my wife, we got some baby back ribs and some foods of that nature and had a nice time. But I'll be honest, being an expat sometimes can be a bit of a downer. Not that I didn't have a good time with my boys and everything, but I do miss the 4th of July and the wonderful celebrations I would have with my family, lighting off fireworks and getting the big barbecue together and everybody from around the neighborhood showing up with their side dishes and everyone just having a good time, all the old dudes in the neighborhood having a beer together, throwing the baseball around, arguing who has the best apple pie, whose mom brought the best side, kind of stuff like that. Back when life was fun. You know, I got a picture, I should have it up right now, where it looks like I'm about 3 or 4 years old. I'm playing with some sparklers. Obviously, that is on 4th of July. Looks like I pissed my pants. Obviously, I didn't quite have my bladder control quite going then. Those are some of the things I truly miss that come along with being an expat and kind of living overseas with my family, which I think is a great idea. I'm enjoying it here. I love the family life, love what happens for us here. But I do miss like Thanksgiving, but I can kind of recreate Thanksgiving sort of. You know, I can't really, make a whole turkey because it would never fit in my oven, but I can find some Thanksgiving type stuff and cook it, but I can't really recreate 4th of July on 4th of July because no one else is shooting fireworks. Nobody wants to throw the baseball around, and it just gets you reminiscing and missing about the way things used to be. You know, one of those things obviously is Captain America. Man, Captain America is such a great character. So many people recognize the character worldwide now. You know, he's been a huge star in a bunch of Avengers movies. He's had 3 of his own solo films. In fact, I would argue that Captain America, the Winter Soldier might be the best superhero movie ever made. I still think it's X2, X-Men United. I still think that's the best one. And maybe The Dark Knight is better, but it's right there with the top 3 ever. I think those are the cream of the crop. And Captain America is certainly up there. But it's insane to me that it's been like 15 years since we've actually had a competent, well-told Captain America story. We haven't really even had a good Captain America miniseries. We haven't had an event that just happened to include Captain America where you're like, yeah, that's a really good take on Captain America. It's just been terrible take after terrible take after terrible take on Captain America. Steve Rogers is the redheaded stepchild of Marvel Comics. I think it's because a lot of the creators don't like what Captain America represents, don't like what he stands for. I think they just don't like patriotism kind of in general, which is fine. You don't have to be a big patriot. And I'll be honest, I don't need someone to write Captain America that is the world's biggest patriot, and in their core loves America more than anything. I just want somebody that actually likes Captain America. And it's been so long since we had anyone really that liked the character, writing the character. He's only used as a vessel to get a message across, which is happening in tons of entertainment. But obviously, with Captain America, it takes on a lot more significance. Just take up, you haven't seen this issue yet because it hasn't come out. Captain America Sentinel Liberty #2. There's a scene where Captain America is questioning the choices of one of the soldiers that he's worked with, that he's working with Abe in hand, and he's saying, how could you work with these guys? And the soldier says, I'm following orders. And then Captain America, you can tell that Collin, Kelley, and Jackson Lanzing know nothing about what it's like to be a soldier or somebody there on the front line says, I hate men who follow orders. You know how disrespectful that is to Marines and soldier and airmen and sailors? You literally have to follow orders or you will go to jail. I know a lot of young men, and when I say young men, I'm talking like 19, 20-year-olds. They had to follow orders and basically go get shot at and have things blown up around them, basically on a daily basis. And the fact that, Collin, Kelley, and Jackson Lanzing would throw that in there, obviously trying to use Captain America as a vehicle to get a message across, which is absolutely stupid, that soldiers shouldn't be following orders. And it's just like, you have no idea what it's like to actually be out there. Now, I wasn't a soldier. I was in the Air Force. I'm a retired Air Force Master Sergeant, and I was stationed with the Army. I had a lot of interesting experiences being out there in Afghanistan for my year out there. After 6 months, my replacement was supposed to come replace me. It turns out something had happened, and he was going to miss his flight, and he wasn't going to make it. They're like, he's not coming. We don't know what we're going to do yet. Stay where you are, and we'll see what happens. The Army unit I was with was going to be there for the extra 6 months. We'd already been fighting together for 6 months in total. And I called him up. I was like, hey, listen, if you need somebody, I will stay here for the extra 6 months with these soldiers. I've been fighting with him the whole time, and it was a big sacrifice on my part. I had plans. I was engaged at the time. I had things that were supposed to be happening in my life, and I was postponing them so I could be with the guys that I'd been in, the shit with. And it's a surreal experience because you're seeing these guys, and, you see war movies and stuff, and you're like, man, there's a lot of heroes out there. Yeah, absolutely. I like a good war movie as much as the next guy. There's a lot of great ones out there, like Black Hawk Down. I'm a real big fan of We Were Soldiers, All Quiet on the Western Front. I could watch all that kind of stuff. And when you watch it, it definitely romanticizes what the young men and women that are out in harm's way are going through. But I'll tell you right now, you're not really out there with a bunch of heroes. You're out there with just a bunch of unextraordinary people that have had some training, that have been put into extraordinary circumstances. And in order to come back, a lot of the times they have to do things that you wouldn't have expected. And some of them were very heroic. And I personally consider all the guys that I served with, yeah, they are heroes. I can't believe they were doing what they were doing. I was honored to be a part of it and try to do the best that I could. But those guys weren't going there to be heroes for the most part. They were just going there to survive. They're like, man, I just want to get back. That's my whole thing here. I want me to get back, and I want you to get back. And if we save the day, I guess we saved the day. But there's a lot of sacrifice that goes on to being a soldier. So just that image there just reminded me how much damage, how much crap is out there with Captain America. I just want a writer that respects what Captain America represents. And it doesn't, I don't want somebody out there with like, Captain America led the January 6th incident at the Capitol, or Captain America is out there fighting with Antifa. It's like, can we just take him out of all that bullshit that we're all dealing with on the mainstream media, in the news every single day? Why can't Captain America just represent everyone in the middle? Like the 80% of us that are going, man, why the fuck is everyone around me so insane right now? Everyone goes off the fucking rocker anytime anything happens on both sides. You're like, God, how did we get here? Why can't people just get along? Why can't we just argue about whose grandma made the best apple pie and whose mom brought the best sides on 4th of July? Now it's all these stupid arguments where there's no winner, and we all just end up hating each other. It's like, I love America. I love what America stands for. I'm willing to acknowledge that there's been some mistakes in the past, and there have been some things that I think if we could all go back and change time, we would change those things. But there are no time machines. I think if you're going to accept America and you're going to love America, you have to love it, warts and all. There's been a lot of amazing things done since America was created. And the fact that Captain America represents kind of, what America could be on its very best day. And we never even see that anymore. We only get to see what Captain America looks down on its worst day, when we've made some mistakes here and there. I think we all have to come to terms that over the course of time, a country, just like a person, are going to make a lot of mistakes, but they're also going to do a lot of good. And you have to take an honest look at the things that have happened and say, has America made a good impact on the world? And I would say absolutely, 100% unequivocally. Has America made some mistakes here and there? Absolutely. Have there been some big mistakes? Absolutely. But there's no reason to just trash everything that America stands for. There's no reason to just trash the legacy and all the accomplishments of all the men and women that went out there and died for America. When you think about the men who signed the Declaration of Independence, a lot of them died. A lot of them never even saw the United States of America. They died before any of that stuff was ever ratified. They died before there was a constitution, but they were willing to put it all on the line. A lot of them lost everything that they ever had fighting for freedom. And I think that's something worth celebrating. I think that's something that you can look on and you know what? Those men were flawed. But when push came to shove, they were willing to put it on the line. And there have been countless generations of Americans over time that have done that. And I think that's what Captain America on his best day, that's who he is. He's a flawed character. Steve Rogers isn't perfect. He's pretty close, but he's not Superman. He makes mistakes. Sometimes he does get jaded. But when push comes to shove, when the rubber meets the road, Captain America is going to be there. And he's going to fight for what's right. And we never ever see that. He's just stuck in these stupid political arguments nowadays. We can't get a good goddamn Captain America after having such a wonderful representation of the character in the movies. He should be one of the most popular, most important characters within Marvel Comics. Not only Marvel Comics, in all comic books. He should be leading the comic book industry. People should be reading those stories, but they continuously put people that hate America on the title. They continuously put Ta-Nehisi Coates. Christopher can't write well. Jackson Lanzing, Collin, Kelley, and they refuse to put anything remotely resembling a writer that actually likes Captain America. He doesn't even have to like America, just like Captain America and the history and what the character can represent within the comic book medium. I know I'm ranting here, but it's 4th of July. I'm here to get out some of my frustrations on a character that should be one of the focal points of this holiday. Marvel Comics should be giving out Captain America comic books today and letting everyone know that, hey, listen, if you appreciate what America has done, you should be reading this comic book because Captain America appreciates it too. And he's willing to go out there and fight like all the young men and women out there. He's not like Collin, Kelley, and Jackson Lanzing make him out to be. He's not there looking down at his nose at soldiers who are following orders. He doesn't like people that follow orders. I hate to break it to you guys. When you're a soldier, when you're an airman, when you're a Marine, when you're a sailor, you have to follow orders or you go to fucking jail or people die. Because a lot of people are counting on you to do the right thing. There's such an opportunity right now for Captain America to represent everybody that's sitting in the middle, in between all these stupid political debates, and saying, you know what? You see all the fringe over here and the fringe over here? I'm going to ignore all of it, and I'm going to do what's right, because that's what America should be doing. Let's stop getting sidetracked on all the bullshit and think about all of the good that could be happening, or think about the real problems that are affecting everybody that we could all fix right now if we all work together. I miss 4th of July. Hopefully I'll be celebrating 4th of July with my boys and my wife back in America sometime soon. I want to do that with my brothers and blow some stuff up with my little boys and show them how to do it safely. I know it'll freak my wife out because she thinks fireworks are dangerous, but I think fireworks are real fun. And I think 4th of July barbecue is really good. And I think nothing is better than on the 4th of July when it's 105 degrees, you get an ice cold Bud Light, start chugging that bad boy, makes all your problems go away. I wish I was out there in America celebrating the 4th of July with you, but I'm here with you in spirit. We had a nice time. And I just wish we're all searching for a good Captain America. Can they just give us that? You don't have to crap on everything just because you personally don't like America. There are a lot of people out there that do. It showed in the movies. Captain America is a symbol that is recognized the entire worldwide, and they've dropped the ball spectacularly time and time again. I've been talking about this on the channel in more depth and given better examples of what's wrong with Marvel Comics and Captain America. Definitely check out this video if you want some more information and you feel like I do, that you're just searching for a good Captain America because Marvel hasn't delivered it in 15 years.